Both men and women are impulse buyers, but there's a difference. A woman will admit she bought on impulse, whereas a man will pretend he researched the whole thing for 6 months, compared all the different makes, and then finally just couldn't resist this price. And when it turns out to be a mistake, a woman will just take it back or give it to a friend or just throw it away, and that's the end of it. But a man will try to cover. He'll adapt it, or he'll say it was for the garage, or he'll buy something else to stick on it, or he'll start using it for something it was never intended to do. Of course, then it breaks and it gets added to that pile of junk he's got out in the backyard, which only serves to highlight the stupidity of the initial purchase. It's not smart or correct, but it's one of the things that makes us what we are. I'll tell you, if you like conveyor belts, you're going to love today's show. Plus, we got Dougie Franklin here giving us all kinds of advice on nothing of value. I'm going to show you the wrong way to make an entrance, and I get to give Bill the runaround.
And now here's the man that time tried to forget, but eventually just ignored. My uncle, Red Green!
Thank you. I feel that I know you all now, so I'd like to share a family embarrassment. My nephew Harold. Big week up at the lodge this week. Buster Hatfield's brother, who has had an ongoing struggle to find gainful employment, headed out west because he heard there was a big oil boom going on out there.
He just went now? The oil boom's been over for 10 years. He just went now?
No, he went 12 years ago. He just got there now. He walked.
He walked to Alberta? Uncle Red, that's like 3,000 miles or 4,000 miles or... How far is it?
Too far to walk.
Well, yeah, see, exactly. Did he get a job?
No, way better, Harold. He went down to that tar sands project. Things were slow, you know, and they were selling everything off. Industrial equipment and clothing, dirt cheap.
He didn't buy anything, did he? I mean, if he doesn't have a job, he shouldn't be thinking about buying things.
Oh, yeah, well, he couldn't resist, eh? He got himself a hard hat and a 12-mile conveyor belt. Now he's going to bring that back with him, and he and Buster are going to go into business of some kind. He's asked a bunch of us to come up with some ideas for it.
Well, I bet you'll have lots of ideas.
Yeah, something good, Harold.
Well, there's a long shot.
Sorry. We're closed.
He had cuts all over his chin and his neck and all the way down to his waist. The doctor went through 9 spools of thread just to put a smile back on his face. He fought back the pain, propped himself up, ate some old cheese and a cracker, and promised the doctor never again would he try shaving with a weed whacker. Today on Meet Your Member, I got my good friend Dougie Franklin here, who's going to tell us a little bit about himself.
Thank you, Red. Well, I'm building a monster truck from the frame up out of an old K-car, actually. And now there's a bit of irony there, you know, when you consider the number of those babies I've crushed over the years. Thought K stood for crush, actually, you know.
Well, no, I kind of meant maybe something a little more personal about yourself, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I got the brakes, I got the assembly, brake assembly ready to go. I got the 4-wheel drive unit just prepared to drop in there, and you want more personal stuff like my cab, maybe the interior?
Let's go a different way on this.
All right.
Maybe, Doug, maybe you could tell us a little bit about your family life, that type of thing.
Well, I don't think there's a person alive that could have had a better home life than I did, Red. I mean, you know, my daddy used to drive me to school every day in his 57 Chevy long box pickup truck with the turbocharged 427, ported and relieved. He could lay a patch of rubber the entire length of that teacher's parking lot.
All right, well, what about your mother? Tell us about your mother. That'd be good.
Not really much to say there, not much to tell you. I mean, she was a lovely woman.
Yeah.
But she didn't drive.
Well, with Buster Hatfield and his brother making that big conveyor belt, I thought I'd take a handyman corner and show you how to make a small conveyor belt, one that you can use right inside your house. whether it be to bring snacks from the kitchen all the way over to your recliner rocker so you don't have to get up off your duff and miss your favorite commercials, or maybe to use to bring laundry up from the basement, or even to haul yourself up to bed on those odd occasions when you're overserved in the brewed beverages department. All right, now the first thing that you're going to need to make a conveyor belt is a piece of a conveyor belt. And where you get that is you cut a piece off a conveyor belt. Now, if you don't happen to have a conveyor belt, I'll tell you what, they use a lot of these at the construction sites, and here's another clue. They don't usually work on a Sunday because there's no traffic to block. Now, you're going to need something to put the conveyor belt on. It's got to slide over something. So you get one of these old wooden ladders with the round rungs so the belt can slide over easily, just like you slide her down easily when you come down by surprise. It worked perfectly. Now, if you need something to actually drive the belt, I would suggest you use one of the old ringers. Remember the old ringer washer? On a Saturday morning, Mom would be down in the basement there, running your dad's shirt and your dad's personality through the ringer all at the same time. Now, of course, you got to have an electric motor in there to drive that whole ring. You could use the normal electric motor off the machine itself if you're a wuss. But if you're a real man, how about one of those babies, huh? This here is the electric motor off the swing bridge in town, or at least it used to be until, until they weren't looking. Sometimes when you're a handyman, you have to make executive decisions. Anyway, with the swing bridge not working, that just means there's no sailboats on Possum Lake, so it's good for the community. All right, talk is cheap. Let's build. All right, I got the conveyor belts all laid out around the ladder here, and I got her up and through my ringer, and then I got the ringer hooked up with a drive belt down to my big super-duper Hunkitz-Doris electric motor. And I wasn't quite sure how fast this motor would go, because I know she develops 20 horsepower at 1,750 RPM, and then the belt, of course, is 18 feet long, so you turns out to be pretty darn fast. So I thought I would hook her up to a 250-watt light dimmer here. Sure, it costs $5, but I don't scrimp on safety, unless it's like $10. Now, another problem I had is that the motor runs on 550 volts, whereas at the lodge here, we only have 110 volts on the good days, which is only 1/5. But I solved that one easy enough. I just added 5 plugs onto the, 2, 3, 4. There we are, the 5th plug here, and 5 plugs onto the motor, and that way she all works out. Now, let's say I wanted to take this box of candies and jelly donuts and assorted things that I like to snack on. And I wanted to move this into another room. All I have to do is stick her on my conveyor and grab my dimmer and just turn her on, give her a shot. I guess she needs a little more juice. Maybe those jelly donuts are heavier than I thought they were. Why don't we open her wide open? Oh, no, wait a second, there's a problem. The belt's crossing the ringer here. Whoa! Well, that worked great. Did I say conveyor belt? I meant catapult. Remember, women don't find you handsome. You should at least find you handy. Hope the neighbors enjoy those treats. Stay tuned. Bill's going to stretch himself to the limit, and Glenn and I are going to show you why fat guys shouldn't do stuff. You know, a lot of people my age don't like rap music. They say rap music isn't music. Not even poetry. It's just a bunch of people taking revenge on the English language by turning it into a set of drums. And the rappers have kind of strange names, you know, like Ice Bucket or Zap Zipper. But I like rap music, because you don't need any talent, you see. This is something I could do. I can make those finger motions at the camera while I'm chanting dirty limericks to some metronome. And I can hire the underdressed groupies, slithering away in the background there, feeling their bodies like they're checking for moles. I could even change my name. Call myself Ice Green or Master Red Death Jam or Excuse-me. I could be huge. Not good, but huge. Well, we got Buster's big conveyor belt all put together. You should have seen how dirty some of the guys got.
Uncle Red, you have no idea what you're doing. You should not be putting that thing together.
Well, Harold, if your parents had any idea what they were doing, they wouldn't have put you together. Anyway, Buster and his brother have now established a 12-mile strip of moving rubber right down the middle of Possum County.
What an eyesore. And around here, that's saying something.
Harold, one man's eyesore is another man's monorail.
Monorail?
The Hatfield rubber rocket. They're going to use it to replace the school bus. Everybody just throws their kids on the belt. The problem is there's no reverse on the motor, so the kids will have to walk home.
Unless you make it part of the physical fitness training. You know, because I bet it'd be good exercise for the kids to try and walk home against the treadmill going the other way. Because that's how they train astronauts and stuff, you know, so they're okay in malls and that.
Fine. I suppose if they got the motor going slow enough so the kids can make headway without burning the bottoms out of their PF Flyers.
Because, you know, if they slip up, they're going right back to school.
Tell me about it. I was in grade 4 3 years in a row. And here we are at Braxton's Marina with Glenn Braxton. How are you today, Glenn?
I'm fine, Red.
Great.
That was just a false alarm. Just a little touch of angina. So officially, I've still only had 2 heart attacks. Oh, today's boating tip. Today we're going to preserve the finish on the boat. So what you need is a high-quality polymer resin wax and a damp, clean cloth. More damp than clean. So we got to up here, Red. Now what we got to do is get a little rosin on the clean here, and oh, there you go, Red. Maybe you'd like to do it. You can learn by doing.
No, it's okay. I don't learn by doing. You go ahead, Glenn.
Okay, sure. I guess I can do it. Maybe you could run out and grab my nitro pills for me in the boathouse.
All right.
So what you need to do is some nice big circular motions, and when it dries, then you take it off with a clean rag. Cleaner rag.
How'd you learn about this stuff, Glenn? Not by doing, obviously.
Oh, no, by watching, Red. Only wish I could learn by doing, but my health prevents that. I find my lot in life is just giving advice. You know, like you guys with your conveyor school bus rig there. You know, I think you guys might want to try that out on yourselves before you get any of my kids on there.
Oh, yeah, we don't want all 7 of your daughters on there at the one time anyway, I'll tell you that.
Is it some sort of fat shot, Red? They're heavy or...
Oh, no. What I meant was we don't want you all stressed out, you know, having all your kids at risk. Okay, I think that's pretty well got her. That was great. That's a great demonstration. Thank you very much, Glenn.
Oh, Red, you need to finish it up, Red. I promised the guy I'd have it done by 2 o'clock. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, yeah, I do mind. I got things to do. Sorry, Glenn.
Well, okay. Well, sure, I guess I can do it myself. Just hope it's not the last thing I ever do.
Oh, all right.
Can I get you a donut or something, Red?
It's mail call.
This week we got a really neat letter in. Look at this one, Uncle Red. It's all art on there and some designs and stuff. It's neat.
Oh, boy. You know, Harold, I wanted to be a struggling artist at one time, but I just couldn't put up with the bohemian lifestyle.
That's bohemian lifestyle, Uncle Red. Bohemian.
Wherever, you know, I wanted to do that, but boy, you know, you see the way they live and the filth, you know, and the bugs and the rats and nothing to wear, penniless, hungry all the time. No, thank you.
Well, that's how you live now.
No, Harold, I'm not hungry all the time, you know. I was real serious about being an artist. I got a beret and the whole... But again, as I say, I couldn't put up with the Bulgarian lifestyle.
Bohemian.
Yeah, well, wherever. I settled down, got myself married, Harold.
Well, I was going to be an artist, too. Yeah, I took one of those life drawing classes, you know, where you draw life. You know, there's like life figures, and you draw them.
Nudes, Harold?
Exactly. They had a nude model come in, all naked. I got so nervous, I sharpened my crayon right down to a nub, and I swallowed my eraser. The model had to come running over, gave me a Heimlich maneuver, saved my life.
And did this nude model give you mouth-to-mouth resuscitation?
Well, he wanted to.
It's time for Adventures with Bill. Bill had something kind of modern on his mind today, kind of get himself into shape. There's a lot of people are doing this these days, and we're going to show you it doesn't take $1,000 and an arm and a leg, and well, it might take an arm and a leg, but it won't take one. He wanted me to put the gas cans a certain way there, and that one was full, and this one had very little in it at all, which seemed odd to me, but I don't question Bill's the expert, and he puts the bar through there, a little